So our next speaker is another dear friend of mine, and her name is Dr. Muneera AlGhanim. I don't want to mess it up, but Muneera, let me just say this about you, and this is just a little thing. So Dr. Muneera is a university professor. She's a therapist, author, and mentor. She has a vast expertise in academia and the health industry. She is committed to inspiring and empowering others to live their best life and be a force for good change. Muneera, welcome to Ascend Your Path virtual stage.
Thank you so much, Diane, for this introduction. But if I might ask the audience, if they can, and if they have stable chair underneath them, is to get up, please. Been sitting here for like 2 hours. I know I'll see your belly button, you will see mine too, but it's okay. This will set up the energy for the rest of the day, for your weekday, working weekdays. Please, 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 every hour, on the hour, if your job demands that you be sitting, please just stand and squat. If your knee doesn't hurt or if you don't have any problem, just keep squatting. Squatting 10 times, only 10 times, but all I ask of you. If not, you can just go back to sitting and come back again. Sit and stand. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one. Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for bearing with me during this. This is actually, this exercise, it has been proven, just doing it, it will boost your metabolic rate. It will burn your sugar faster. So whether you're sitting with the computer, and all of our life is sedentary, this is our lifestyle, no matter what kind of job you do. Okay, so do this every hour. So if you do it 10 times, 8 hours of work, that's 80 times without even going to the gym, because you're losing all the big muscles, the quads, the glutes, our butts. So Nourish to Flourish is the topic for today. And we, according to last Sunday, I think we met on our morning coffee talk, which is a brilliant idea. One of the downloads that comes to Diane, the big M. Everybody was talking about, okay, why don't we focus on menopause? So you inspired me, guys, to talk about the big M. This is, of course, one of the Ascend Your Path series. This is truly yours. And I noticed that I don't like leopard, but I don't know why do I have this, but it's a different outfit, I promise. From the one on the phone, from the one I have. If you have your phones ready, please scan the code. So if you have a question later on, or even book the free session with me for an hour, you can scan it and save it right now. I'll be popping it up later on in the presentation at the end, so you can scan it and save it. And even a month from now, you have a question, please drop an email or WhatsApp, and I'll answer you to the best of my ability. As Diane said, I am a university professor. My specific is in neurorehabilitation. That's my field. I love neurorehabilitation. But every time we went to the hospital during training, during school, or even after that training, they put you in those different areas. They have to train in this and this, and then you find your passion. I said, my passion is always in neuro. I always want to study the brain and how it affects movement and how it affects function. But I've seen patients from different walks of life. They don't get better because we're only talking about the signs and symptoms. We're only focusing on signs and symptoms. We are not looking, why is this causing it? So that's what always tell me, that we are not doing a full picture. We're not treating everything. We are not handling everything. And I always ask God to please use me to serve other people to the best of my ability. So let's agree first. This is the housekeeping rules. Ascend Your Path is a safe place for all of us. I felt this from the moment Diane invited me 3 years ago. And the coincidence is that 3 years ago, it was the last day in Ramadan. And today, hopefully, is the last day of Ramadan. So, oh my God, this is coming full circle. Every time, it's always blessed time to be here with you. So we listen, we don't judge, we embrace other people's experiences, we learn from each other. This is a place for us to, it's a safety net. We learn from each other. And the good news is that this presentation, the expanded version of it, is going to the anthology book, which I really ask people, please, please let us learn from your experiences. Let's do this. Let's get this book out before the end of this year. Our differences make our experiences unique to share, to learn, and to grow. Nothing is new under the sun, believe me. Science is only catching up to our great God's creation. We're just catching up to, it's there, it has been there before we were born, and after we go to meet him again, everything will be the same. So there's nothing, we're just discovering it now. Now, whatever is going to be recommended in this presentation, you can follow it or just forget about it. It's your decision. Who am I to tell you what to do? But ultimately, this is only a call to action to take a better care of your health, physical, mental, and spiritual. And choose whatever works for you. We come from different environments, our body is different. Just choose what works for you. Try it. What do you have to lose? Yeah? Okay. So what is our optimal health? Is we take care of our body, our mind, our soul, and we draw the shield around us from what we eat. We don't just nourish our body by food, the food also nourishes our brain. So if we have bad food, bad ideas, bad mindset, bad spiritual habits too. So let's focus on that, okay? Let's focus on that. Let's nourish our entire body, the physical and the spiritual being, the ethereal being. And we used this before. Why do we get sick? And why don't we remain sick? And why do we still get sick? And we shouldn't be getting sick. Like the commentator who just commented that we should not be getting sick. That's not normal. It's normal for us to always be healthy. Okay, once in a while, a cold here or there, a backache, no problem. And I recommend that you watch the Hack Your Health, The Secret to Your Gut. That's on Netflix if you want. I didn't like the recommendation they did at the end, but at least it will give you an idea about how our digestive system works, how the good bacteria eats the bad bacteria and let us thrive on what we feed. This is the layers, the anatomy of the body, the layers, the internal organs, our circulatory system, cardiovascular system, the skeletal system, the lung system, digestive system, neural system, the central and the peripheral, and the muscular system. And we are layers of all these systems together. But the one that is ruling really is the digestive system. And that's the last thing that comes to modern medicine to think about. Oh, no, you have this. Okay, let's put you on medication. Yes, let's overload you with medicine and chemicals. Yes, this is how we get benefits from you. Otherwise, we will not see you. And then we go through those circles for years and years and years, and we don't know what happened. One of the patients who came to me through my students, he was a child, a 4-year-old, and he was supposed to be diagnosed with autism. And then the student told me, can you have a look at him, doctor, please? His mother is desperate. For 4 years, they don't know. He's their last born. And he's really, really milking the situation. He's getting the attention. So I said, okay, let's see him. And when I saw him, I said, oh, he doesn't have autism. And I read his test and I've seen his scans and stuff like that. And I did the thorough test about him. And then I said, no, he has sensory processing disorders. There's a lot of the way he brought up, because he was the last born and he was a boy, you know, the culture. Oh, it's a boy, he's superior. So they were giving him a lot of toys, a lot of excitatory environment he was in. So he didn't like to eat just rice, boiled rice. And if it wasn't so soft, he wouldn't eat it. His dentist said, like, his enamel is dissolving. He doesn't have teeth. He will not be able to replace his teeth for the permanent ones because his nutrition was too bad. And his physician, pediatrician, he said, well, he's maybe an autistic. We can't do anything to him. If he doesn't eat well, then he'll die. Even the supplements, he doesn't have them. He said, no, 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 no. We will treat him our way. We've seen him for twice a week for 3 months. He didn't like anything but his safety blanket. And then 3 months later, I was walking the corridors at the university when we see him in the lab, and I said, oh, I love you. And he started to hug me. He hugged the other students. He started to eat all types of diets, especially protein. And even he got taller in a short period of time. It's only 3 months. And his mother, every time she comes, she would cry. She said, like, you are God sent. Said, no, no, no. We just gave him the proper diagnosis. That's what it was. When we tweaked his environment, changed his diet, made it better, he became a normal person. That's it. That's it. It's not me. It's us. It's God. It's not me. Believe me. It's not us. It's just, let's just focus. What is the root cause of the problem? And that was the moral of the story. The current common beliefs that we have right now is promoting sick culture. We have so many hospitals, advanced hospitals, oh, cutting edge technology. Okay, and we have people who don't get ever healed. You are to blame for your disease or your condition. This is how we think. Diseases are irreversible. You have to be on meds or undergo surgical procedures, therapies for long period of time, if not for life. So many specialists do a lot of tests, and they rarely they zoom out to see the bigger picture. How many of your physicians or your specialists would ask you, what's your relationship like? Or are you having troubles in some other areas of your life? No one. I had a back pain, and then I lost the ability to walk for 6 months. And then I did my shopping for my surgeon, who's going to be my surgeon before I did my surgery. I used to crawl. So, and then I found one. I said, oh my God, I know him. I know where he went to school, and I know his techniques. I don't want him to mess up my back. And even the radiologist who wrote the report for my back, he said, she has a prolapsed disc. When I read the MRI, that was another story. I had canal stenosis. My back was cramped with all the discs that were fragmented throughout the years for so many reasons. It's a story for another day. But I had canal stenosis. My nerves were stuck. They couldn't breathe. They couldn't supply the signals to my legs. So I became paralyzed. And I remember the last day I was teaching, and I said to my students, like, it was full of students, and I said, full of, like, I don't know, 80 to 100 people at that day. And I said, maybe this will be the last day that I'm standing because I don't really feel well. This is the mock-up exam. Please study well, and I'll see you when I'll see you. And that was the last day I saw them, because I was completely paralyzed the next day from waist down. I couldn't walk. So when I did my surgery, my shopping for surgeons, everyone is giving me a different opinion. I said, no, don't talk about me. I want you to talk about your technique. What is the technique for your surgery? What are you going to do? Oh, we'll have pins and needles. We'll fixate your body. You will not have a problem in your back again, and you will have a beautiful sex life. I said, I'm not married. I'm not practicing right now. So thank you so much. That's not my wanted. I want to walk. That's my goal. Then I found this a friend of mine, and I told him, what's your technique? He showed me how he works, and I said, okay, I want you to film the surgery, and I need a copy of that. Okay, I trust you, but I want to see. And then he said, Muneera, you have really strong back muscles. I said, yeah, I've been training. Even though I was paralyzed, I've been training my back, even in bed. I don't want to lose the ability. I've seen my patients, how they lose their ability because they didn't know. It will be a shame for me to not follow my own advice. So the paradox here now is, despite all medical advances, we have more chronic non-communicable diseases according to the World Health Organization. Cardiovascular diseases, cancer, respiratory diseases, hypertension, diabetes mellitus type 2, kidney diseases resulting from diabetes type 2, and autoimmune diseases, which I really hate the umbrella. I had professors, I used to fight with my professors. I hate this autoimmune. It means we don't know the reason. Why do we call it autoimmune disease? We don't attack our body for no reason. What's the trigger? What's the problem? He said, oh, you think you know everything. You're a student. Shut up and just study for the exam. That's it. This is your job. Okay, okay. Years later, I discovered with experience that this is not even a real diagnosis. It's just a bunch of words. You throw them together. It doesn't reflect on your health. And we are not diagnoses. We are not. We have this condition. It will be resolved if we took the right action at the right time and we kept it persistent. We kept going in the same direction. So accordingly, and I really liked it, I highlighted it because this is what they said. This is because, why do we have the rise in these chronic conditions? Because of tobacco use, physical inactivity, harmful use of alcohol, and unhealthy diet. This came last, before air pollution. This should come first. That's the first reason that we have unhealthy diet, because what you ingest gets digested and gets to your entire body. So if you eat nonsense, then nonsense will go to your nervous system. If you eat depressing food, then you will have depression. If you will have nonsense, then nonsense will go to your productive system, and then you will have problems with your period and stuff like that. Why am I talking about this? And she said she's going to talk about menopause. Yes, I will. It's coming. Don't worry. It's coming. And let's see. Yes. What are the other current common beliefs that we have about the sick culture is that who cares about life quality? Let's just expand the life and let people suffer more, because this is how, as a big pharma or big company, I can make use of you. You will be my patient forever. Nobody examines the root cause of the problem. If we are like the tree, okay, oh, you have a yellow leaf. Okay, let's fix that leaf. Did we really dive deep to see what's the cause of the problem? Not really. And if you do so, you do it with a team of people from 5,000, I don't know, in different directions, and you have to go physically to see and meet every one of them. And then you have to decide for yourself what to do. Food is poison. This is what is currently, oh, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat this. No, no. Even eggs now. Oh my God, they say eggs is bad. What? Eggs are bad? When did they get this bad reputation? Oh, no, no, they're not bad at all. Fast food, fast fixes, fast earnings, bigger spending on healthcare. This is our life. Relationships are secondary. Toxic people at war with themselves, at war with us, the healthy people, supposedly, or the people who are not toxic, the kind people, and nobody's winning this war. We focus on individuality versus community. No, no, be on your own. I can be on my own with a lot of people. I feel lonely when I'm with a group more than I'm when I'm alone, because there's nothing, there are no common grounds. There are no like-minded people. What am I doing here? So this also makes the person feel lonelier and lonelier. And if they don't have the right tools to navigate life, it will feel depressive at one point. So society says also, do whatever you want. You're free to do whatever you want. You belong to this culture, or you belong to that culture. You do what you want. You start to do what you want and what you believe in, and then say, no, 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 no. You are criticized. Not like that, my dear. Be like the mainstream population and practice like the rest of the people. This way we can benefit from you. So what's our old common beliefs? When I grew up, I was born, and if you know this information, then it means I have to kill you. I'm 50 years old. I was born in 1974, so I was growing up in the mid-70s to the 80s. The old common beliefs promoting health culture. We had fewer clinics, we had fewer hospitals. The family is the nucleus of the society. Kids, like, we were always active, running around the neighborhood. It was safe for us too. It's okay to be sick, maybe once a year. I remember we were taking a trip to my grandfather's beach house, and he was with us in the car. And I had to go to the bathroom, and he said, Papa, please, can you stop at the next gas station? He said, no, no, it's only 1 hour drive. My grandfather responded, Why do you have this, the urge to pee every 5 minutes? You have a bad back. That's what he said. Today, when we get to the beach house, you and I, we will go and fish for crabs because they will heal your back. They will heal your kidneys and that will expand your uh, bladder. He's not even a doctor. He's not very well educated person. He knows how to read, but he didn't know how to write. He was a captain of a ship before the oil era in Kuwait. He used to go to India, bring goods to Kuwait, and that's his sole belief, is that you cure yourself with food. And then food is medicine. It's culture. It's a ritual. We gather people around food. We exchange warm-hearted therapeutic conversation throughout the day. When you sit across the table from your family members, you exchange these, oh, what's upsetting you today? Oh, yeah, I had a good day. Oh, I had a bad day. This is how you connect and build rapport over food. In weddings, we serve food. In, God forbid, in funerals, we serve food. This is how you show your love. Food, food, food. So why are we using bad food then? Pressured by big pharma agenda healthcare providers, back then they didn't have this pressure before because medicine was not a business. The health industry was not an industry. It was, we need to help people. They would genuinely care. My brother had hepatitis, and that was after the Iraqi invasion to Kuwait. And then no doctor, like even we didn't have very well propped hospitals after the invasion because everything was stolen. So we had to travel to Lebanon, change of scenery after witnessing the war. One of the physicians, he's also a friend of our family, he said, no, he's only 13 years of age. We can't put him on medication. Gracefully, and thank God that it was summer, and now we can put you on this strict diet. Just water and apricot. Who knew? I said, apricot? Just apricot? I was a child. I was like 15 at that time. My brother was 13. I'm the oldest of my siblings. So he said, yeah, just apricot. And at that time, it was in season. It was in summer. So either apricot or apricot jam, and don't throw out the pit. Just break it and eat the inside of the pit. Now, modern medicine, what does tell us? That if you eat that pit, it's anti-cancer cell. It eats the cancer if you eat the pit of the apricot. The doctor knew this, I don't know, 35 years ago when he treated my brother. 3 months later, we did all the tests again, and he was hepatitis free, and he was fine, and he was really, really, like he was preteen, and he became a huge, strong teenager. I said, nice, nice. So this is how we control ourselves with diet. No one medicine, not even one pill. Just monitoring his diet. And yes, I'm grateful that people have this surge of awareness and conscious shift of, yes, what is healthy and what is good for me. Okay, good for me doesn't have to be slow or unattainable, but it's my choices. I have to do a conscious choice. What do I put in my mouth? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Is this an empty calorie, or is it really food that will nourish my body, my soul, my mind, even my spirituality? You see monks and religious people, they don't eat much. Why? They go into long fast. Why? Because they want to connect with God, with the higher self, with whatever you want to call it. I call it God. I call it Allah. So I know we only have one God. I know we all pray for him. So now the period and the culture, the period, and by that I mean our menstrual cycle. Sorry, guys, you can close your eyes if you don't want to hear this. Coming of age ritual, it's treated differently in different cultures. It's for in our culture, it's a celebration. Oh, this little girl became a woman. Oh, she's a little lady. She's gonna be a woman. We give her gifts, and we cannot stand the second. Oh, we need to teach her, do this, do that, do this. Oh, no. Even if she drinks Pepsi or cola, whatever soda, we teach her that on your period, you don't do that. You don't do that. You stop, because it'll hurt you even that. And these are the teas that we prepare prior, during, and after the period so that she can have a peaceful period. So, and we teach her about mood swings. Some food items are inhibited triggers, rice, coffee, dairy products. No, 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 while she's on her period. While other food items are heavily incorporated, like what? Pineapples, because it will help with the bleeding. Meat, beets, anything that is red, pomegranate juice, dates, certain herbal teas, we'll talk about them later. And chickpea. Why chickpea? Because it has all the estrogen that you need. Yeah. Estrogen. It causes hormonal balance. Estrogen, progesterone. Okay. The period and the culture continue during pregnancy, perinatal period. What do we do? Some food items, no tabbouleh, no parsley for you, especially in the first trimester. No pineapples. We don't want you to have a miscarriage. No raw fish or meat preparations. The food items are heavily, again, meat, beef, and dates. Postpartum, I don't know about other cultures, but they come back to their mother's house for 6 weeks to adapt for this. Even if it's the second or third or even fifth child, I don't know, they come back to the mother, the parents' house to stay there and to adapt for new roles of being a new mom. And with that, the mother or the grandmother, in case, should be cooking a very healthy meal for this new mom that will help her lactate more and breastfeed the child. Because since I am the first child, firstborn, I've accompanied my mother through all her pregnancies. So my last sister, youngest one, who has MS now, when she was born and she had C-section, my mom had C-section. She had her later in life. So the doctor came in and he wanted to make sure that the baby and the mother is fine. And he did his examination and I said, why are you sitting still? He said, I want to watch your mom breastfeed your little girl sister, your little baby. What? Why? He said, because this moment, a man cannot understand this moment, this binding moment between a mother and a child. We cannot experience it as men. It's just the mother. And it's so beautiful. And he told her, you keep breastfeeding because it'll keep your uterus shrink. And that's naturally. It's not a disease. Now it's, oh my God, it's a celebration. No, I need to have a C-section. It's better for me. I don't want to ruin my body. Oh no, honey, you're killing your body. If it's not the first option, just go through normal delivery, please. You don't need to do that. We have also a leave from the country, from work, 3 months fully paid, and 3 months half paid if you are still working. I know in Europe, in Sweden, I think they give you a full year, and it alternates between parents. If the father chooses to sit with the child, then the mother switches her maternity leave to paternity leave and gives it to her husband. So this is really good. Like the universe and the world is understanding, okay, this is not these are the future. We are raising the future. So we need to focus on our kids. So what's menopause? We all know what it is. Another milestone. We need to celebrate. Okay, these are the symptoms: hot flashes, irregular periods, weight gain, especially around the belly, night sweats, insomnia, we lose sleep, and even the quality of sleep is really bad. Mood changes. And what triggers the hot flashes? Hot weather, inappropriate clothing, or drinking alcohol, or caffeinated drinks, or chilly food, feeling stress, smoking, and taking hot showers. I have a story here, but I don't want to say it for the sake of time. Okay, menopause and natural remedies. These are the signs and symptoms. And if you'd like, after this presentation, I can share my slides with Olga and Diana, and they can send it out with you with the email where they have the recorded. For the hot flashes, we all have sage. Please tell me, all the world, they grow sage. Yeah, and the sage that grows in America is even better than ours because it has big leaves. Ours is very small leaves, but they have the same smell and the same medicinal effect. So the dose is to boil it and let it sit for 5 minutes after boiling, and then drink 2 to 3 cups per day, at least. You can increase that. It also helps with weight loss. Night sweats and vaginal dryness, also sage, same thing. Insomnia and sleep disturbances, saffron tea. Or eat half a teaspoon. If you don't want to do saffron tea, is just, I know it's expensive, price, but it's completely, honestly, it's cheaper than the medication that you would pay for through the nose. So just have a 2 or 3 jars, whatever, a good quality saffron. The best saffron comes from Spain and Iran. That's it. And like I buy them in bulk. It's not a small thing. This is my medicine. This is how I flavor my teas. So you use it, or you can have a half a teaspoon and then chew it. Make sure that it's gonna stain your teeth yellow. Okay, so that's why I like to drink it better. And then 1 hour before going to bed, you will go like that. I recommended that for a woman the other day, and she was one of my employees. She said, I can't sleep. I have 3 kids. I just got divorced. And I said, okay, have this. And even if your kids, give them some saffron. And all of them had really, really very good week. And she said, what did you do? That's a miracle. I said, no, it's God's miracle, not mine. I just knew the information and I shared it. Joint pain. If you have joint pain, drink okra. Drink. What is okra drink? Is it the okra? Yes, yes. Have 2 or 3 pieces of okra sliced down in the middle so that the gelatinous thing can come out into the water. Okay, soak them in water overnight and then drink it. Okay, you can do this 2 to 3 times, like 2 cups or 3 cups throughout the day. It will help you heal your joint. And this is a recipe from Indonesia. It's not even from the Middle East. So it's really, really, and I tried it at work. My mother tried it and it worked like that. And everybody I knew, I told them, but you have to keep, because if you don't have fresh okra because it's not in season, okay, grab a bag of frozen okra, no problem. Just throw 2 to 3 pieces every time and soak them in water. When you slice them down the middle, drink them, shake it. They will have the consistency of, you know, when you the gelatinous, when you soak, what do you call them? Chia seeds. How it will have the same consistency. You can cabbage wrap your joints that with cabbage, whatever joints, knees or back, whatever. You can do olive oil and date compress. You can mix them together and have them on your belly or your back. Castor oil and wool compress. Put them on your belly button and have the wool cover your belly button overnight when you are asleep. The mood swing saffron and turmeric is the nature's Prozac. See, now you are the pharmacist here. You can do your medication on yourself. This is antidepressant and it puts you to sleep and it helps you in your mood swings too. If you like to add it to milk, that's okay too. Whatever kind of milk you like. But even if you put this hot water over turmeric and saffron, let it sit for 5 minutes and then have it. It will help with the mood swings. Spotting irregular periods, polycystic ovarian syndrome, bloating, vaginal food. You know, that's the air that comes from the vaginal canal, equal parts of whole cumin. And you remember we talked about this recipe last Sunday. Have cumin seeds, anise seeds, fennel seeds, and make a tea of it 2 to 3 cups per day. And castor oil in the navel, please, with wool compress. I do it all the time. And it's like, I don't know if you can see my tummy, but it's really flat. And it helps. Anyways, that's the proof. Or I'll send you a picture later, no problem. Okay, what is about our dietary intake? What is the 4-4-4 rule? Please don't eat before, this is like intermittent fasting. 4 hours after you wake up, don't eat anything. Okay, after 4 hours, you can drink whatever you want. Just delay the eat. Okay, delay the food for 4 hours. Have a 4 hours interval between your meals and stop eating 4 hours before you go to bed, and you will see the difference. This is a very, very minor change in your life. You see how you will go more peacefully to bed without having to fight for the clothes. More protein intake, please. Type of protein and plant or animal protein. I don't know what kind of diet you like to go. I found online 2 websites, and one is for the American farmers, and the second source, the website for Canadian farmers. You can contact them according to your zip code, and then they will supply you with whatever meat, eggs, even dairy products. They are fresh, not processed. They are fresh. And they will even guide you and tell you what to do with the milk, what to do with the cheese, and with the eggs. All right, so you can just click on it, and then it will take you to that website and look whatever is closer to you. Use good fats, extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, organically sourced and not genetically modified, please. Beef tallow, cook with it. It's very cheap. It's cheaper than buying the seed oils and genetically modified oil. Ghee, which is a clarified butter. We use a lot of this because the Indian culture influenced Kuwait and the Gulf area from that. And it's only clarified butter. You just simmer it to low heat, and then the milk and the heavy proteins will settle in the pot, and you will see the butter float. We will not eat a lot of fat. It's like, I'm not going to have a full plate of butter. No, but use that. You will have 1 spoon. We need that to process our sex hormones, to process our vitamins, to even nourish our brain. Veggies, fruits, and you can read the rest. Please, less carbs, less dairy products, less alcohol, less stress. This is the exercise routine, 45 minutes of brisk walking at least 5 times a week. Apply weights to your ankles that will tell your bones that we need to sediment, to put more calcium, more magnesium, more phosphorus into our bones. Walk at home. You can click on the videos here in the links. And when this woman, Leslie Sansons, she got awarded for her invention. If you have 2 meters, like, I don't know, you have in the front of your screen, that's what you need for you to walk a mile per day at home. So no excuses. Don't tell me the weather is not helping. You can walk even at home. Weightlifting is really important because as we grow older, or wiser, I should say, we lose muscle mass. And that's the first enemy for menopause. Okay, most women, 90% of us, will lose their muscle mass. So please, 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 like the photo, you can even, there is a vest even now, weighted vest that you can wear and exercise. Core muscle strengthening, pelvic floor muscle strengthening, swimming and lymphatic flush by using vibration plate, jumping on the trampoline. Live your life. It's your prime time. All in all, eat, pray, and love, like the movie or the book, whatever you want. Breath work is, as my other speakers, Jenny and Johnny spoke about it. You can use priming by Tony Robbins. I just finished his course last 2 weekends ago, and I cannot go over how transformational that was. Please click the link and do the priming every morning. Pray, meditate, call someone, check on them, volunteer. This will keep your mind away from, okay, why am I focusing on my disease? Why am I focusing on this? No, you have a higher purpose. Bathe in nature. Please make this once a month practice. Go in nature, no phones, no electricity, nothing. Declutter your home, your office, wherever you work and you spend much of the time. Your house should salute you. The smell of your house even should salute you. People who don't add value to your life, they need to go. There's no time for you to spend time with people who don't add value, honestly. Read, learn a new skill, gardening, singing, I don't know, do whatever you want. Just find a new skill. Change your life. This is a new milestone. We have to step into this milestone with all the hope and all the happiness in life. Thank you so much for sharing. This is extra reading if you wish. It will also be included in the presentation. Just click on it and go and read more. You are your health advocate. You are your doctor.
Muneera, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Your voice is low.
Can you hear me now? Is it better now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. These are the references. Where maybe here, you stopped hearing me here. It's a milestone. Let's step with that with our head up high. We are mothers, whether we like it or not. We always take care of other people, our friends, our families. I don't have children. I'm not married, but I mothered my mother, my father. They are my children. I inherited them. I'm still parenting them because I'm the eldest. I also parent my siblings. I parent my students. and whoever I meet. So this, we should set an example. Yes, it's not the end of life, it's the beginning of a new chapter. It's a huge milestone. You can read these references. When you click on them to have more, you are your health advocate, as I said, you are your therapist, your own doctor. Thank you so much. This is my get your free gift, just to scan, and I'll give you an hour and we consult and we exchange experiences as much as you want. Thank you so much. I'm blessed to have you all guys here. I extend my thanks to Diane and Olga. Diane, as I always tell you, between us, but today it's not a secret. You are a light of God. Thank you, thank you, thank you.